Hi everyone, welcome to Numeric Learning. Today is day 44 and we will be solving questions from the 8th chapter of class 10th mathematics, which is Introduction to Trigonometry. Let's get started. The first question is, prove the following identity. 1 by cosecant A minus cot A minus 1 over sin A equal to 1 by sin minus 1 by cosecant minus cot. So the minute you see this, you should think of an identity which relates cosecant and cot theta. Okay, so let's get started. Here you know that cosecant square theta, okay, minus cot square theta is equal to 1, right? This is an identity. Similarly, secant square minus tan square is also 1. Now this can be written as, this is of the form a square minus b square. So I can write it as cosecant theta plus cot theta multiplied by cosecant theta minus cot theta is equal to 1. Or I can write cosecant theta plus cot theta is equal to 1 over 1 by cosecant theta minus cot theta. Right? This is something which you should already know. Now let's take our LHS, the left hand side. Right? What is 1 over cosecant minus cot? It is cosecant plus cot. Okay, so let me write it directly. 1 over cosecant minus cot is nothing but cosecant theta plus cot theta. Okay, minus, what is 1 by sine? It is cosecant theta. Cosecant, I have been writing theta, but it's actually a here, right? Cosecant a, cot a minus cosecant a. So here you can cancel, plus cosecant minus cosecant gets cancelled. So what remains is just cot of a. This is your LHS. Similarly, okay, here if you take 1 by, okay, if this comes to the denominator, okay, 1 by cosecant plus cot, okay, 1, if this is on the other way, so you can just replace it, right? Cosecant a minus cot theta, or cosecant theta minus cot equal to 1 by cosecant plus cot. Either way, these can exchange the places. So what would be 1 by cosecant plus cot would be cosecant theta minus cot. Okay, so let's do that. In your RHS, okay, 1 by sine is cosecant, the angle is A, minus, put a bracket, what is 1 divided by cosecant plus cot? It will be cosecant minus cot. Okay, so it's cosecant A minus cot A. Okay, always remember this. Okay, 1 by cosecant minus cot is cosecant plus cot, or 1 by cosecant plus cot is nothing but cosecant minus cot. Remember. So the same way you can write secant plus tan is equal to 1 by secant minus tan, or secant minus tan equal to 1 by secant plus tan. Always remember this. Now let's open the brackets. Cosecant A minus cosecant A, minus into minus is plus cot A. Okay, so here cosecant A minus cosecant A gets cancelled and what remains is only cot A. So therefore you can write LHS equal to RHS, hence proved. Very easy question, probably a 1 mark question or a 2 mark question, but it's quite easy, provided you know this. Right, 1 by cosecant A minus cot is cosecant A plus cot, and 1 over cosecant plus cot is just take the reciprocal. It's cosecant A minus cot, and we have to just replace it. 1 by sine is cosecant. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Okay, so here you are given tan by 1 minus cot plus cot by 1 minus tan is equal to 1 plus tan plus cot. So first we have to prove this LHS is equal to this RHS, and then you will take this as the LHS and you have to prove this equal to. So this particular question will be solved in 2 parts. Let's take the first LHS. Okay. So what is it? Tan divided by 1 minus cot is nothing but, let's take the first LHS. Cot is nothing but 1 by tan. Okay, plus cot is 1 by tan divided by 1 minus tan. Okay, so this is nothing but tan, I'll write it here so that we have space. So the numerator tan, let me write it as tan by 1 whole divided by, in the denominator take the LCM. So you'll have tan as the LCM, so you'll have tan minus 1. Okay, plus 1 by tan whole divided by 1 minus tan by 1. Okay, now you have to take the numerator of the upper by denominator of the below fraction. So this is how you have to combine. Okay, now, so what do you get here? Tan, see, tan multiplied by tan, which is tan square, whole divided by, what would you do? 1 multiplied by t minus 1, tan minus 1. So it is just tan minus 1 plus, okay, here again 1 multiplied by 1, it is just 1 divided by tan multiplied by 1 minus tan, right? Okay, now let's take the LCM. What is the LCM for the two? So one side you have got tan minus 1, the other one you have 1 minus tan. So let us convert this by taking one negative common out, minus 1 common out. We will convert this also to tan minus 1. So let's do that in the next step. So tan square divided by tan minus 1 minus 1 by tan into tan minus 1. Okay, now it's easier to take the LCM. So what would be the LCM? Tan multiplied by tan A minus 1. So above you will have, so tan minus 1 multiplied by tan. So what is not there? Tan. So this tan you have to multiply it with the numerator. So you'll get tan cube minus 1. Okay, so this is of the form a cube minus b cube. What is a cube minus b cube? Let me write here. A cube minus b cube is nothing but a minus b multiplied by a square plus ab plus b square. So we'll apply this in the numerator part. Okay, so it is t minus 1 multiplied by t square plus t plus 1 whole divided by, what are you getting? T into t minus 1. So this t minus 1 will get cancelled and you have to share the denominator. So what will it be? T square by tan plus t by t plus 1 by tan. You can just cancel out. Okay, this is 1. So here just 1 tan remains. So this is nothing but tan A plus 1 by tan is cot A. Okay, if you see your RHS, this is what is your RHS. So this is equal to 1 plus tan A plus cot A. Okay, equal to our RHS, first RHS. So always remember, so the minute you get this, you have to distribute the denominator among the three terms. This is your RHS. Now let's take this as the LHS. So the second LHS will be 1 plus tan A plus cot A. Okay. How do you do? What you have to do is, you need 1 plus secant A into cosecant A. So you know secant is nothing but 1 by cos. Cosecant is nothing but 1 by sine. Okay, so what we can do is, we can convert everything into sine and cos. So this is nothing but 1 plus sine by cos plus cos by sine. What is the LCM? You need a 1 here, isn't it? Plus 1. You need a plus 1 here. So let us not disturb the plus 1. We will only take the LCM for the second and the third. So here it is sine into cos. So you have sine square plus cos square in the numerator. So this will be 1 plus 1 by cos sine, which will be 1 plus 1 by cos into 1 by sine. So which is nothing but 1 plus secant A into 1 by sine is nothing but cosecant A. Okay, this is your RHS. I hope it's clear. Okay, so we have got the answer for the second also. Okay, so here in the second part, this is the LHS and we have just proved our RHS as 1 plus secant A into cosecant A. Okay, so that's all. So it's a very easy question. Let's move on to the next one. Yeah, cot to the power 4 theta minus 1 equal to cosecant to the power 4 theta minus 2 cosecant square theta. Let's take our LHS. Cot to the power 4 theta, we can write it as cot cot square the whole square minus 1. Okay. What is cot square? In terms of, you have to write it in terms of cosecant. So we know that cosecant square minus cot square theta equal to 1. So what will be cot square theta? Will be cosecant square theta minus 1. So I'll just replace it with cosecant square theta minus 1 the whole square minus 1. Right? So what is this? A minus b the whole square. A square plus b square minus 2ab. Minus, there's also a minus 1. So this plus 1 minus 1 will get cancelled. What is cosecant square theta the whole square? It is cosecant to the power 4 theta. Minus 2 cosecant square theta is your RHS. This is equal to your RHS, hence proved. Okay. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, this is quite an important question. 1 plus cot A plus tan A multiplied by sine minus cos divided by secant cube minus cosecant cube A. You have to evaluate and find the answer. Let's do it slowly, one step at a time. Okay, let's take our LHS. We have to evaluate. Okay, so 1 plus, again, cos by sine plus sine by cos multiplied by sine minus cos divided by, you have secant cube. So 1 by cos cube minus 1 by sine cube. Okay. So now let's take sine cos as LCM in the first one. So you have sine cos plus cos square plus sine square multiplied by sine minus cos divided by, in the denominator also you can take the LCM. So cos cube sine cube. So you will have sine cube minus cos cube in the denominator. Now this value is equal to 1. Right? Okay. So what do you get? I can write it as sine cos plus 1 divided by sine into cos multiplied by sine minus cos whole divided by sine cube minus cos cube divided by sine cube cos cube. Right? Okay. So this is just a product, right? So I can write it together. It's just a product. So I can write it as sine cos plus 1 multiplied by sine minus cos divided by sine cos whole divided by this. Right? So this I can take it to the numerator by writing sine cube cos cube divided by sine cube minus cos cube. Okay. Now, so here what do you get? Sine square. This if you cancel, it is cos square. Right? Okay. So what remains here is sine square cos square multiplied by sine cos plus 1 multiplied by sine minus cos whole divided by, in the denominator you have sine cube minus cos cube. So what is it? A cube minus b cube. Again, a cube minus b cube is equal to a minus b multiplied by a square plus ab plus b square. Okay, so let's apply that here. So it is sine minus cos multiplied by sine square plus cos square plus sine into cos. Okay, so what is this value? This is equal to 1. So let's rewrite it. So sine square cos square multiplied by sine cos plus 1 into sine minus cos whole divided by, you have sine minus cos multiplied by 1 plus sine cos. Again, sine cos plus 1, sine cos plus 1. Sine minus cos will get cancelled. And what remains is sine square cos square. Okay, so this is equal to sine square A minus cos square A. This is your final answer. Right? Okay. So please do it carefully when you are taking the LCM. Just be very careful. Okay? Otherwise it's all very, very easy. Let's move on to the fifth question. Okay, so prove that sine to the power 4 theta plus cos to the power 4 theta is equal to 1 minus 2 sine square cos square. Again, an important identity. Okay, so we know that a plus b the whole square equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab, right? Similarly, what is a square plus b square the whole square? It will be equal to a square the whole square, which is a to the power 4 plus b square the whole square, b to the power 4 plus 2a square b square. Am I correct? Okay, so this a to the power 4, what is a to the power 4 plus b to the power 4 equal to? It will be a square plus b square the whole square minus 2a square b square. Okay. So similarly, let us write what is it for sine to the power 4 plus cos to the power 4 theta equal to sine square plus cos square the whole square minus 2 sine square cos square. What is sine square plus cos square theta equal to? This is just 1. Okay, so here you will have 1 minus 2 sine square theta cos square theta, and this is your RHS. This is equal to RHS, hence proved. Right? Let's move on to the next question. Please pause the video and please do it. Let's move on to the 6th question. Yeah. Prove that tan theta plus secant theta minus 1 divided by tan theta minus secant theta plus 1 is equal to 1 plus sine by cos. Here one of the identities that we should know is that secant square theta minus tan square theta is equal to 1. So in this specific question, this particular 1 will be replaced by secant square minus tan square. Let's do it. Let's take the LHS. Okay, tan theta plus secant theta minus, in place of 1 I will write secant square theta minus tan square theta whole divided by tan theta minus secant theta plus 1. Okay, so here what will you have? Tan theta plus secant theta will remain as it is, minus, open a square bracket, so it will be secant theta plus tan theta multiplied by secant theta minus tan theta whole divided by, denominator will remain as it is, tan theta minus secant theta plus 1. Okay, now look at tan theta plus secant theta, take it out common. So when you take that common, tan theta plus secant theta, take out common, what will remain here is 1 minus secant theta minus tan theta. You have to put it in brackets because there is a negative sign outside and the sign will change when you open the brackets. So be careful. Whole divided by tan theta minus secant theta plus 1. So what do you get? Here tan theta plus secant theta multiplied by 1 minus secant theta, minus into minus is plus tan theta whole divided by tan theta minus secant theta plus 1. Okay, so look here, there is a plus 1 plus 1, tan plus tan theta plus tan theta, secant theta is minus, so these two terms will get cancelled and what remains is only tan theta plus secant theta. What is tan theta? It is sine theta by cos theta plus, what is secant theta? 1 over cos theta. So take cos theta common. What will you have? Sine theta plus 1 or 1 plus sine theta by cos theta, and that is your RHS. Okay, so this is equal to your RHS, hence proved. If you write like, So it's very easy if you know a specific pattern of questions on how to do. So if similar question comes for cot and cosecant also, you'll have to do the same. You will replace one with cosecant square theta minus cot square theta, then expand it a square minus b square equal to a plus b into a minus b. Take a plus b common out. All of these steps will be the same. So the next question also happens to be of a similar kind. Yeah, cot plus cosecant minus 1 divided by cot minus cosecant plus 1, you have to convert it into sine and cos. RHS is 1 plus cos by sine. Same way, let's do it. Take your LHS. But before that, let's write what we know. We should know that cosecant square theta minus cot square theta is equal to 1. Okay, so in your LHS, cot theta plus cosecant theta minus, in place of 1 I will write cosecant square theta minus cot square theta whole divided by cot theta minus cosecant theta plus 1. Everything will be the same the way we did it in the previous question. So cot theta plus cosecant theta minus, open the square bracket, a square minus b square is a plus b multiplied by a minus b whole divided by, denominator absolutely no change, cot theta minus cosecant theta plus 1. Okay, so you can take cot theta plus cosecant plus cot, you can take it out common. So let me take cot theta plus cosecant theta common out. What remains is 1 minus, open a bracket, cosecant theta minus cot theta whole divided by cot theta minus cosecant theta plus 1. Okay, so this is nothing but cot theta plus cosecant theta multiplied by 1 minus, cosecant minus into minus is plus, cot theta whole divided by cot theta minus cosecant theta plus 1. So if you see here, you have a minus cosecant, you have a plus 1, you have a plus cot. So all of these terms are the same, so these two get cancelled, and what remains is cot theta plus cosecant theta. What is cot theta? Cos theta by sin theta plus 1 over sin theta. Take LCM. Sin theta is the LCM. Numerator you will have 1 plus cos theta, and this is your RHS, 1 plus cos by sin. See, 1 plus cos by sin. This is your RHS, hence proved. Always make sure you write this. Hence you have proved. Right? Okay. Let's move on to the next question. Yes, 1 plus, if sin theta plus cos theta equal to P and secant plus cosecant equal to Q, then show that Q multiplied by P square minus 1 equal to 2P. How to do it? Okay, first let's take, this is your LHS. This is your RHS. So in LHS, let us substitute the value of Q and P. What is Q? So let's take our LHS first. What is Q? Q is nothing but secant theta plus cosecant theta, okay, multiplied by P square. What is P? Sin theta plus cos theta the whole square, P square. It's P, right? In place of P, we have just put whatever we have got, minus 1. Okay, so let's convert it into sin and cos. Secant is 1 by cos plus 1 by sin multiplied by sin plus cos the whole square. Sin square plus cos square plus 2 sin into cos minus 1. Okay, what is sin square plus cos square? It is equal to 1, right? So let me do it in the next step. Here, meanwhile, outside 1 by cos plus 1 by sin, I can take out sin cos common, so you'll have sin plus cos outside. Here within the bracket, it will be 1 plus 2 sin cos minus 1. Okay, now 1 plus 1 minus 1 will get cancelled. So what remains is sine plus cos divided by cos into sine multiplied by 2 sine into cos. Again, cos sine will get cancelled. What do you get? You will get 2 multiplied by sine plus cos, right? Sine theta plus cos theta. And what is sine theta plus cos theta? In the question, sine theta plus cos theta is nothing but p. So this is equal to 2 p. It's equal to our RHS, because that's what we have to prove, right? Hence proved. Okay, I hope you understood. Very easy question. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so in a right angled triangle, right angled at Q, let's draw it. Let's draw a right angled triangle which is right angled at Q. Okay, so it's probably PQR. You are given PQ plus QR. Okay, PR plus QR. PR plus QR is equal to 25 centimeter. What is PQ? PQ is nothing but 5 centimeter. Find the values of sin P, cos P, tan P. So this is your reference angle. So if this is your reference angle, okay, this will be your perpendicular, this will be your hypotenuse because it's right in front of your 90 degree, and this will be your base. Okay, so I have marked for my convenience, but I need to know the sides. How will I know the sides? The only formula that I know is the Pythagoras theorem. So according to Pythagoras theorem, the hypotenuse square, h square equal to p square plus b square, right? What is h square? H is nothing but pr square, right? Pr square equal to qr square plus pq square. Okay, so what is pq? We know pq, right? So we can just keep it in one side and take all the others to the other side. Pr square minus qr square. Okay, so this is, again, you will expand it using a square minus b square formula. So a plus b into a minus b equal to pq the whole square. It is 5 the whole square. What is PR plus QR? It is 25. So 25 multiplied by PR minus QR is equal to 25, right? So what is PR minus QR? It is equal to 25 by 25, which is equal to 1. Okay, now let this be your equation 1. What you have got, that is your PR minus QR equal to 1. Let this be equation 2. Okay, add 1 and 2. So add equation 1 and equation 2. So what is it? PR plus QR, you're getting what you have been given, it's equal to 25. PR minus QR is equal to 1. So when you add them, plus QR minus QR will get cancelled. So you have 2 PR equal to 26. PR equal to 26 by 2, which is 13. Okay, you can substitute it in one of the equations. So put PR equal to 13 in equation 2 because that's simpler. What is PR? 13 minus QR equal to 1. So QR equal to 13 minus 1, which is equal to 12. Now we have got all the sides, right? So what is your PR? PR is 13. Okay, we just found out. QR is nothing but 12. QR is 12. Now, according to the figure, what is your sin P? What is your sin P? Let me just copy this figure. Just a second. Sorry. Copy this figure below so that you can see this. Okay, now, so these are the values that we found. Now you have to find out sin p. What is sin p? Sin trigonometric ratio, it's equal to p by h. What is cos p? B by h. Tan p? P by b. Now you know p, b and h. Just substitute the values. What is the perpendicular? It is 12. Divided by h is nothing but 13. Okay, that's your sin p. Cos is nothing but base. Base is 5 by hypotenuse is 13. 5 by 13. And then tan p is equal to p by b. P is nothing but 12. What is your base? Is nothing but 5. These are your answers. So once you get your PBH, it's very easy to calculate. Okay. I hope it's clear. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Yeah. A rod AC, the rod AC, that means here. Can you see this? Let me show you here. Rod AC. Okay. This rod AC of a TV disc antenna, this is the disc antenna, is fixed at right angles to the wall AB. This is your wall AB. Okay. And a rod CD is supporting the disc. This CD is supporting the disc. AC is right angled at the wall AB. Okay. So the rod, let me read again. Rod AC of the disc antenna is fixed at right angles to the wall AB, and rod CD is supporting the disc as shown in the figure. If you are given AC length is 1.5 meter, CD the supporting rod length is 3 meters, then find tan theta. Theta is also marked, and secant theta plus cosecant theta. Okay. One very easy way of remembering is, first let us mark which is your this. So this is your right angle triangle, right? ACD is your right angle triangle. So 90 degree this is your 90 degree. So which will be this one? AC will be your hypotenuse, right? This will be your hypotenuse. You have your reference angle theta, so AC will be your perpendicular, right? So if you know P and H, what is your P? Perpendicular is 1.5 meters. Hypotenuse is nothing but 3 meters. One of the easiest way to do is P and H. How can you relate? Sine of theta. Sine theta is equal to P by H. P is nothing but 1.5 by 3. Okay, so what will you have? 1 by 2. Sine of which angle is 1 by 2? It is sine 30. So you can write sine theta is equal to sine 30 degree, theta is equal to 30. On comparing, once you have got theta equal to 30, then now let us do it. What is tan theta? It is nothing but tan of 30, which is nothing but 1 over root 3. Okay, you can even substitute root 3 as 1.73 and get the answer. Second question, secant theta plus cosecant theta. Secant theta plus cosecant theta is equal to secant 30 plus cosecant of 30. Secant 30 is nothing but 1 by cos 30. Root 3 by 2, so it's 2 by root 3 plus sin 30 is 1 by 2, so cosecant theta is 2 by 1. Take the LCM, root 3, so you will have 2 plus 2 root 3. Take 2 common out, you will have 1 plus root 3 divided by root 3. Okay, so that's your answer. You can solve it. You can take your root 3 as 1.73, substitute and get the values. So that's your answer. Right? So we have done it in the easiest way possible. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, so you are given A and B are acute angles such that sine A minus B equal to 0 and 2 cos A plus B minus 1 equal to 0. Find angle A. Again, super easy. First, let's write what is given. Sine of A minus B equal to 0. Okay, so this is equal to sine 0. Sine 0 is 0. Okay, so on comparing, what do you get? A minus B. A minus B is 0. Let us mark it as equation 1. Another thing that's given is 2 cos of A plus B minus 1 equal to 0. So 2 cos of A plus B is equal to 1, or cos of A plus B is equal to 1 by 2. Cos of which angle is 1 by 2? It's cos of 60. right? So you have a plus b on comparing equal to 60 degree. Let it be equation 2. Add 1 and 2. So when you add both the equations, you're getting a minus b equal to 0, a plus b equal to 60. So when you add, plus b minus b will get cancelled. So you have 2a equal to 60 or a equal to 60 by 2, which is 30 degree. So angle A equal to 30 degree. That's your answer. Okay. Let's move on to the next question. So in triangle ABC, okay, sine of A plus B minus C. So here three unknown angles are given to you. So you will need 3 equations. So far in the previous question, how many were given? It's just A and B unknowns were given. But here you have 3. Okay. So in triangle ABC, let's do it. You are given sine of A plus B minus C equal to 1 by 2. Okay. So this is equal to sine of 30. Sine 30 is 1 by 2. So on comparing, what do you get? A plus B minus C equal to 30 degree. This is equation 1. What is the next equation? Cos of, you are given B plus C minus A is equal to 1 by root 2. It is cos, so 1 by root 2 is nothing but cos 45. So what do you get? B plus C minus A is equal to 45 degree. Okay, so whenever there are 3 unknowns, you need 3 equations. Okay, you cannot do with 2 equations. So the third equation would be, we always know that whenever you have a triangle ABC, the sum of the angles A plus B plus C is always equal to 180 degree. So let this be your second and third equation. Right? Okay, so let's take two equations at a time and solve it. Okay, let's take first 1 and 3. Okay, or let's take equation 1 and 2. Any 2 equations you can take and solve. So when you take equation 1 and 2, what do you have? A plus B minus C equal to 30 degree and minus A plus B plus C is equal to 45 degree. Just add them. Okay, so plus A minus C minus C would get cancelled. So what would you have? 2B equal to 75. Okay, so angle B is nothing but 75 by 2. So this is your first angle. Okay, now let us take equation 2 and 3. Okay, let's subtract them. So when you take equation 2 and 3, let's subtract them. So 3 is like this. Okay, so A plus B plus C equal to 180 degree. You are subtracting it from the second equation, that is minus A. I'm just rearranging B. Okay, B A B C equal to 45. Okay, whenever you are subtracting, you will change the sign. Okay, so now again you will have what? This plus B minus B plus C minus C would get cancelled, and what will remain is 2A is equal to 135. Okay, so A is nothing but angle A will be 135 by 2. So we know angle A and angle B. So you can put it in any one of the equations, right? So let us put A, B in equation 1, for example. So what is equation? So you can put angle A and angle B values in equation, say, or you can put it in 2 anyways. Okay, so sorry, equation 2. So equation 2, what do you have? You have B plus C minus A equal to 45. What is B? 75 by 2 plus C we don't know, minus A is nothing but 135 by 2 is equal to 45. Just solve it for C. So C is equal to 45 plus 135 by 2 minus 75 by 2. Okay, so take the LCM as 2. So numerator you will have 90 plus 135 minus 75. So what is 135 plus 90? 225. So you have 225 minus 75 by 2. So minus 75. So you have 0, 5, 150. So this is nothing but angle C is nothing but 150 by 2, which is nothing but, so 7s are so 75 degree. So that's your, so you can write finally, therefore angle A is equal to, what was angle A that we got? 135 by 2. 135 by 2. If you want, you can convert, okay, otherwise you can leave it as it is, write it in decimal. Angle B is equal to 75 by 2 and angle C is equal to 75 degrees. This is your final answer. You have to find out A, B and C. Okay, so one thing that you have to remember in this equation is that you can get two equations from here, right, when you are equating and comparing. The third equation you have to get as the sum of all angles in any triangle is equal to 180. And whenever you have three unknowns, right, A, B, C, you always need three equations. So this is another thing which you should remember. Okay, let's move on to the next question, probably the last question of today. Yeah, you are given, if secant A equal to x plus 1 by 4x, prove that secant A plus tan A is equal to 2x or 1 by 2x. So whenever you have secant and tan, you should know one identity, that is secant square A minus tan square A is equal to 1, or I can write secant square A is nothing but 1 plus tan square A, right? Okay, now what is secant square A? You are given secant A is equal to x plus 1 by 4x. So therefore secant square A will be equal to, just square it, x plus 1 by 4x the whole square, right? So what is it? Secant square, you are getting it as, let me write it below, x square plus a square plus b square, that is 1 by 4x the whole square plus 2 into 2ab. So x will get cancelled, again you will have x square plus 1 by 16 x square plus 1 by 2. Okay, so this is what is secant square A. Again, what is this 1 plus, so secant square A we have got 1 plus tan square A. Let's solve for this. Okay, what is 1 plus tan square A? So this is 1 plus tan square A is equal to this particular value, isn't it? So let us write here. Okay, so this is equal to 1 plus tan square A. Okay, so what will be tan square A alone? Tan square A will be equal to x square plus 1 by 16 x square plus 1 by 2 minus 1, isn't it? So this is nothing but I can write it as x square plus, I can still write it as, I'll rewrite it as 1 by 4 x square. What is 1 by 2 minus 1? It is minus 1 by 2. Okay, so this is of the form a square plus b square minus 2ab. So what is it? It's equal to a minus b the whole square. A minus b the whole square. So it's nothing but x minus 1 by 4x the whole square. Okay, this is nothing but your tan square A. When you take the square root, tan A will be equal to plus or minus x minus 1 by 4x. Okay, so there are two situations possible, either when tan A is positive or negative. When you are taking it as positive, it will be x minus 1 by 4x. Okay, so take 4x is the LCM. Okay, suppose your tan A is nothing but plus or minus x minus 1. Okay, so you have taken positive value 1 x minus. So what is x minus 1 by 4x? X minus 1 by 4x. Okay, you have to show secant plus tan equal to 2x, right? So what is secant? No, your tan, you are just taking tan A as positive. Okay, so tan A is equal to plus x minus 4x, right? So what will be your secant A plus tan A? So therefore you can write, therefore secant A plus tan A is equal to, what is secant A? It's already given to you. Secant A is nothing but, see, x plus 1 by 4x. Okay, so x plus 1 by 4x plus tan A is nothing but x minus 1 by 4x. So 1 by 4x will get cancelled, x plus x is nothing but 2x. Okay, now this is only if your tan x is positive, tan A is positive. Now if you are taking tan A is equal to negative of x minus 1 by 4x, which will be equal to minus x plus 1 by 4x. In that case, therefore, what would you write? Secant A plus tan A. Secant A will be x plus 1 by 4x as given in the question, minus x plus 1 by 4x. Now in this case, x will get cancelled, so you have 1 by 4x plus 1 by 4x, which is nothing but the denominator is common, 1 plus 1 is 2 by 4x. So okay, 2 2s are 4, so what you have is 1 by 2x. So it will either be, so therefore your secant A plus tan A will either be 2x or it will be 1 by 2x. So this is what you have been given. Okay, so you have to do it very carefully, 2x or 1 by 2x, depending on which value you are taking. Either is it positive value of tan A or is it negative value of tan A. So with positive, when you substitute, you will get 2x. When negative, you will be getting 1 by 2x. Hence proved. Okay, so please make sure you do all of these questions and practice thoroughly, revise, constantly keep revising. As we solve questions, we are also trying to learn the trigonometric identities. So I hope it was useful, and from the next Do Math With Me video, we will be starting our 9th chapter, which is applications of trigonometry. Do leave a comment if you found it useful. Please do share it with your friends, and do not forget to subscribe if you haven't. Take care, happy learning. See you all in the next video. Thank you.